All right, guys, we're here talking about positions of power and how it can be abused.
So we're back here every day.
Yeah, we're back here with the usual suspects. We got my buddy Duhan here and my buddy Lara here.
Yeah, I'm back. Missed one, but I'm back now.
Yeah, well,
I kind of enjoy talking shit about you when you're gone.
Yeah, well, I can defend myself now from your bullshit.
Bro, you can't defend yourself.
No,
we gave you like a 5-minute head start.
Yeah, you're sheep, man. We're wolves, bro. You can't do anything about it.
It's all right. I have a shepherd to take care of me.
What's the shepherd's name? What's his name?
God.
Oh, I thought it was like Smiley or you got some dude you met.
Yeah, probably some dude you met off Tinder or Grindr.
Yeah.
All right, guys. A lot's gone on this week, and we're in another installment of the Scamscast podcast. Let's go ahead and get it started. Yesterday it was pretty interesting. It was Duhan's mom's birthday. You know what I mean, salute to Duhan's mom. Happy birthday to Mama Duhan.
Mama Duhan. We were having a good old time. I had it at my house. It's clean for 6 hours, but it got a little out of hand. It's like most Mexican parties. So I mean,
yeah, salute to her. You know, obviously she raised a strong gay man and a chef. You know what I'm saying? Alright, if you guys don't know, Duhan's brother is a chef and he's gay, but you know, I've implied that, you know, she raised a gay son and a chef.
Oh,
shit.
Thanks for explaining the joke, man.
Yeah, well, the audience might not know.
No one knows. That was a very
it's
joke,
a tough one. It's a rough. Anyway.
But I found out that maybe you shouldn't drink 3/4 of a bottle of tequila and then try to go out somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely... I don't know, it depends on where you're at. If you're in Vegas, man, that's definitely the spot to do it.
We're not in Vegas, so let's just say that.
We're definitely not.
Yeah, Madeira's not Vegas.
Yeah, definitely not. You know, it was some pretty great conversations last night that we had. I was talking to Teddy, Duhan's brother, and he was talking about a lot of gay experiences that he's had, and I just thought something was totally surprising to me when he told me a lot of straight, well, quote unquote straight men, when they have relations with a gay man, they feel some type of way about it, and they get angry and they get violent after the actual intercourse has happened. And that like mind boggled me, like how could you get...
That's something that we just don't know about. You know?
Yeah, being straight man.
I feel like that makes sense. Like you're trying to play the straight, right? And then you go through that sexual experience, and then you're like, what the fuck? Like, is this really...
Yeah.
Like, did I really enjoy that? Like, you know, and just like you're kind of angry. I could see how that could come out.
Yeah, well, that's just wild, man.
I feel like it's like they probably think, obviously, like they probably think it's like a social stigma to be a gay man or homosexual man, and then once they act on their feelings, they're ashamed of themselves, and they feel like they want to project these angry feelings that they have upon themselves onto someone else, i.e. the person that they just had sex with.
Yeah.
And I just thought that amazed me. I was like, whoa, we had a pretty deep conversation about it, and that's
I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing that, obviously,
my brother,
occurs.
He's headed to Burning Man next week, so he's going to be a plethora of stories. I really think that we need to have him on the podcast soon, next time he's back from San Francisco, because it gets wild over there, apparently, that I keep on hearing about.
Bet.
And my brother, he's a damn pharmacy. He's going over there with half a pharmacy, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, hopefully he has a good time, and there aren't any violent experiences out there for him.
No, man, it's all love over there, all love.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we got T-1 week, well, more like 5 days till the 6 days till the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. We're going to go ahead and talk about our real-life predictions about that and what we feel like is actually going to happen. I guess we'll all get some time to talk about it and probably dispute each other's findings, but I feel like we all pretty much have the same consensus.
I don't know if there's much to dispute among us.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Duhan. What do you feel like is going to happen during the fight?
So there's two things going to happen. I think Conor's going to come out really strong, honestly. He's going to come out just wild, like normal. He is usually a counter boxer, but he has to be aggressive on this because, I mean, also, Mayweather is a true technical counter boxer. Yeah. So I either Conor gets him in the first 6 rounds, or McGregor's just gonna. I mean, not McGregor. Mayweather. I can't. I'm not on much today. Mayweather's just gonna dance around and dance him for 12 rounds and just get a decision. I don't think there's gonna be any knockouts going on.
All right, go ahead, Lara. What do you feel like is going to happen?
I think we're going to see a classic Mayweather fight. No one's going to get knocked out. Nothing's going to happen. At best, maybe McGregor takes a shot and just, goes wild and goes for it. And I can see, Mayweather doing his Mayweather thing, countering it. That's the only way I see a knockout happening, is if McGregor just tries to go all in and kind of just say fuck it. Otherwise, it's going to be decision, Mayweather.
Yeah, I feel like there's two options that are going to happen. It's either, I feel like Conor McGregor is going to get stopped by Mayweather in like the 8th round just because of the amount of punches that he's going to be eating. And I feel like if McGregor doesn't do anything within the first couple of rounds, then I feel like Mayweather's going to basically tee off on him and the referee might stop it. But I feel like the more likely scenario is it's going to be a typical Mayweather fight and it's going to go all 12 rounds. Go to decision, obviously, and then Mayweather rises off with a 50-0 record.
And hella money.
Yeah, and hella money.
Oh my gosh. And just a reminder, you guys, let's never forget your feelings when you spent $80 for the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, and there's such disappointment that you received. Don't forget that.
I do remember the emotions I was feeling right before when I was like, I can't believe this is really happening. It's finally happening. I was so excited for that fight.
No, everyone was, and I was
like, I couldn't, like, I was texting my brother like, dude, I can't believe we're really gonna, like, it's finally gonna happen. And then
just a complete 180 of your emotions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But do you guys feel like, obviously this is new news this week, they're reducing their glove sizes from 10 ounces to 8 ounces. Do you feel like that has any effect, or is it going to help? Who does it benefit? Does it help benefit Conor McGregor? Does it help benefit Floyd Mayweather? Because typically it's 4-ounce gloves in the UFC. So.
So I do think it does help a bit for McGregor, but also this doesn't change the fact of having of Mayweather being able to just dodge everything.
Yeah.
So you have 8-ounce gloves, but you're still missing all your punches. But I think it's interesting, and honestly, I think Mayweather is really smart. I think we underestimate how smart he is about what he's sending out. Like he wanted to push that out. He on social media got people hyped, got even more people to actually purchase the fight. Even there was that fake story. There was a fake story that
he got dropped in sparring.
He got dropped and they closed the whole thing. But that was an unverified account. But everyone ate that up. Mm-hmm. So I think he's smart. I think he's just trying to get some hype, but it's not going to change anything. I don't think. But we'll see.
Yeah, I feel like that was the same thing. It was a setup. It was a money ploy just to have some kind of basically have a chink in his armor, saying that he got dropped during sparring and McGregor has a chance. Obviously, I feel like the same thing happened with the leaked footage of Paulie Malignaggi getting dropped and basically eating some left hands from Conor McGregor. Just another ploy to have us buy the fights, which I'm not going to buy the fight, but, I'm going to actively be watching and I'm going to be partaking in the festivities.
I'm actually going to watch it now, I know. I'm not paying any money towards it, but I did have a friend invite me and I was like, you know what,
It's one of those things.
I'll go there for to talk shit, really.
Yeah, and if you guys need anywhere to watch it, you guys feel free.
All you listeners.
No, not you listeners. These two guys. And then, what do we got going on this week? I think the solar eclipse is happening tomorrow, right, guys?
Yeah, it is.
What do you guys?
It's wild. So I mean, we're not going to get the full effect here in the Central Valley, but up there in Oregon, that's kind of where there's a 70 mile area that goes all the way across the country. So from Oregon to North Carolina, that just gets to be really interesting. But I honestly. So apparently there are it goes all the way across so there's this wives' tale, and I found out about this that apparently pregnant women, one of them texted my mom and said, hey, I'm not going to work on Monday because there's an eclipse.
Yeah.
So there's a thing that pretty much you get birth defects if you go out in an eclipse. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
well, I didn't think this was a thing, but apparently in people's minds, doing that and tying a red string around your stomach or something? I'm so confused. I was like, what is this?
Didn't an eclipse happen in that Apocalypto movie? And that meant bad signs for them. They saw that ship coming and they basically got destroyed by Cortez. So maybe there's something to eclipses and
I
that
know,
shit happening.
but really though, it is gonna fuck up a lot of kids' eyes because so they're actually a lot of school districts are making them stay inside and not be able to watch it because like it's crazy because really like your retinas are getting huge because it's dark as well as the light's going through, so you're gonna have a way worse chance of actually getting eye damage. So
well, just don't look at it for a whole minute.
Well, yeah,
like take a look.
Guess what? And also, you can't even look at it directly. It's supposed to be some kind of
those
glasses.
Yeah, like this supposed to be special glasses. But
dude, do you remember when I was 10 years old? I used to stare at the sun for fun.
I used to do it like just to test myself and be like, oh well, yeah, I can.
Yeah,
like I can do it.
Imagine there's gonna be there are hundreds of dumbass kids eating glue and just gonna be watching the eclipse.
Yeah.
So I'm worried for them. I'm worried for our future.
Yeah, definitely. I remember as a kid, there was a solar eclipse. I double layered my sunglasses, so I had 2 pairs of sunglass lenses. So I was like, all right, this is bound to work, right? It's double the. It's like wearing 2 condoms at the same time, guys. You definitely can't get pregnant now.
Dude, just get a welder's mask. They're selling these pieces of paper, like there's paper glasses for $20 right now. It's wild, but. I'm excited. I'm just gonna I'm gonna see some photos. Maybe they'll probably have some photos and videos, but I'm not.
You're not gonna step out of the office.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna chance it. I'm just gonna throw on some sunglasses and go up there. And if I come back looking like Ray Charles, guys.
I don't think you'll ever be black. I'm sorry.
I'm
kidding.
If I look like is there any famous blind Asian people or like kung fu masters? That's about it, right, guys?
I just know the stereotypes, and no, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
So it's about that time. We did AFC last week, and now we have NFC this one, or
we do that right now. All right,
NFC predictions.
All right, so guys, football season's around the corner. There's been a whole bunch of preseason games, that don't mean anything, but obviously people get a lot worked up over it.
Oh my gosh! First off, I just wanted to say Derek Carr to Cooper. That one of those that crazy catch was beautiful. Like I'm saying, nice. It just hyped me up. I understand it doesn't mean anything, but the fact that he's just immobile. He doesn't have a broken leg. I'm happy.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was. I was all fired up, even though it is. I'm well aware it's preseason.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, are we ever gonna get a fantasy football draft going up for the Scamscast? I feel like that'd be a fun thing to do.
In a hurry, then.
Should we get a couple more people here and then we all draft here?
We could probably do that. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think
about? Doable. Just depending on the day.
We'll see, man. I'm already in 3, bro.
You're already in 3.
I just get too deep, man. And then I'm like, I spend like half a day just studying, and I still lose. So like that's what I hate about fantasy football, man. Is like you put in all. I guess it's funny. Like I put in all this work one season, right? And I'm like middle of the pack, right?
Yeah.
And then the next year, I auto draft because I had a meeting during that time. I auto drafted and I just like right before I just set my lineup. Really didn't do anything. Didn't really trade. Didn't get a lot of free agents. And I won.
Okay.
Like I was like Taco, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, but when you actually care and do things, it doesn't matter. Like Jamal Charles gets hurt or something, and
well, that's the thing that's fun about it.
Kills me, man.
Oh, yeah. 2 or 3 seasons ago when they had the that commissioners list that really screwed people over. With Adrian Peterson was on that. I believe Greg Hardy was on that, so that messed with the Carolina defense. I want to say someone else ended up on that list, and it just kind of things like that come up and.
Yeah, man, it was, and I was like, yeah, we get excited about grown men playing a sport, and we wear their names on our backs. Yeah. It's okay though, like, apparently, but.
Yeah, it is cool, but I feel like sometimes I feel bad rooting for another team or another player. I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. I want this person to do well, but they seem to lose, because I would say
if they're playing against the Raiders, if they're playing against Raiders, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do well, but not well enough to win.
It hurts. It hurts when that happens.
I hear you.
All right, so let's talk about some of these NFC divisions, who we think is going to win. All right, obviously we start first with the NFC East. It's always a pretty competitive.
That's a tough one.
It's always a pretty competitive league. Well, for the most part, everybody's usually like 8-8, and then there's always like one person or one team that goes like 13 or something. We got the Cowboys, the Giants, Eagles, and the Redskins. Duhan, go ahead and make your case on who do you think is going to take the NFC East this year.
Probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but it's probably gonna be the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
I think the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles are gonna be kind of fighting on the top. The Redskins, I don't see much coming from them. But Dak Prescott, he's growing. He's really developed into a pretty solid quarterback. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, it's a tough division, but to me, I don't see Philly being. I see them being better than last year, but I don't see them being in the run for the division. I think it's going to be between New York and Dallas. As much as I hate to say it, I'll give Dallas the edge, just because they seem to have a pretty good foundation, and Prescott looked good last year. Oh, you know what? But they are going to miss Zeke.
I
forgot about. I just
6
remembered
weeks.
that 6
Yeah.
weeks.
Oh man. I still think
he shouldn't have gotten suspended. You know what? I'm gonna go New York.
okay.
That 6 weeks
You're right.
kind of changes my mind a little bit, because you just drop a couple games, and that can, be the difference between being, 10 wins or 9 wins and winning the division or not. And Brandon Marshall and OBJ in that same offense with Eli Manning, they still don't have a good line or a legitimate running back.
Mm-hmm.
But having someone else to duo with OBJ and take pressure off of him, because that's pretty much the offense. That's pretty much what they do. Just wait for OBJ to take a slant to the house, or just something like that. It's pretty much what the offense seemed like last year. That defense is pretty good, pretty solid. And, I'm actually going to go with New York. I think they got something going.
I think I'd have to pretty much agree with Lara here. It's a toss-up between the Cowboys and the Giants. I'm a big Cowboy hater, if you guys didn't know. I'm just a hater in general.
Yeah.
But I feel like the addition of Brandon Marshall on the opposite side of OBJ is going to open up a lot of things for them. I mean, you can't double either one of these guys now. The suspension of Zeke for 6 games, and then they obviously play the Giants the first week of the season. I feel like it's the Giants' conference to lose this year, but I feel like Dak Prescott, it's his sophomore year. They're going to have some tape on him. He did really well last year, and checking it down to Jason Witten, to Cole Beasley. And I feel like a lot of teams are going to hone in on that, and they're going to take those options away from him. And it'll be interesting, but I feel like the Giants could possibly take it this year, and it's going to be close, guys. But it's close every season with the NFC East. All right, let's go ahead and let's go out west to the NFC West. We have the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, and the Seahawks. Duhan, what do you feel like about those teams?
I just really don't care for any of these teams in this whole. I think if they were all together just in a room and it got set on fire, I think people would be okay.
I think you're a piece of shit.
But I just hate the Seahawks. But I think the Seahawks.
Would you burn them down with the tiki torch, or what are you gonna burn them down with?
Oh my. I'm gonna have to. I think the 49ers are not going to be in contention. This is just going to be. They're going to be the bottom. They're going to be the bottom of the whole league.
You guys are pieces of shit.
I'm just. It's just what's going on, man. It's that cap curse. But I think it's gonna be Seahawks, Cardinals. I'm kind of jostling for there. I'll be interested to see just the Seahawks. They're a complete team for the most part, and I think that most likely they're going to run away with it.
I'm gonna. It's tough. I know Arizona really disappointed last season, and so it's hard to believe in them again. And Frisco, they're out of it. The Rams, they're not going to be in contention this year. It's Seattle. It's Seattle's to lose, I think. The only thing that's going to hold them back is that O-line is still trash, and I don't know if they can. I think they'll have enough to win some games. That defense is still intact. Seattle's to lose.
I feel like it's pretty much a consensus, but I feel like I'm going to have to be a homer this year and choose the 49ers. No, I'm just joking, guys. It's not. I feel like I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals this year, guys. Maybe it's because I'm a Seahawks hater. Maybe it's not, but it's probably not. I'm just really objective, and I like what the Cardinals are bringing to me. I feel like Carson Palmer obviously could do a better job, and I feel like he's going to have a bounce-back year because obviously last year he didn't have too great of a year. The Arizona Cardinals, to me, they're a Super Bowl contention team. They have the defense, they have the running game, they have the wide receivers. I just feel like they're gonna have a bounce back year, and it's gonna be them taking it this year. All right, guys, then we're moving up to the north, the NFC North. We have the Bears, the Lions, Packers, and Vikings. So what do you feel about that, Anthony?
I think it's crazy. I think a lot of roles have reversed, where the longest time the Vikings and the Lions were not that great, and then it was always just every year it was just the Packers kind of killing it. I think it's the other way around, where I think the Lions are going to be the ones who can do it. We'll see. I don't know. You never bet against Aaron Rodgers, but their secondary is just not good, and they just get thrown on like it's nobody's business. So we'll see. I think the Lions can possibly do it.
I don't know. I gotta disagree. I don't know. I don't believe any team in this division can run away with it or is a clear front runner. Chicago, I don't see them doing anything. But the other three, Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, I think any three of them could win the division. I think it'll be close.
I think it'll be exciting. Yeah, I think it was fun. It was fun to watch.
Minnesota really felt they got off to like a 5-0 start, and then they really dipped after that.
That's very true.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I think they have. They got Aaron Rodgers. I know the defense is kind of shady, but I don't believe in Sam Bradford in Minnesota, and I don't think Detroit has enough on their offense to really be consistent. Stafford, he's kind of coming to his own even without Calvin Johnson, but it's really like him having to play like this dude has to play his A game every single game for that team to have a chance. And I know Rodgers is kind of a similar situation with him, but I believe he can do it. Between those two, I believe A-Rod is going to go out there and
the
win
last dude. If you want anybody in the last 2 minutes, you want Aaron Rodgers.
If you want to throw a Hail Mary.
Holy cow. Have you seen how many successful Hail Marys he's had?
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. But how about you, man?
Yeah, as far as the NFC if goes, usually it's really competitive, guys. The Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, they all look pretty good throughout the season. But I feel like it's going to go down to the Packers again. They're all going to have their struggles. They're all going to have their wins. But I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to have one of those RELAX moments, and then they're gonna pull it off. They're going to run the table probably towards the end of the year, in the middle of the year, and then they're going to make a nice little playoff run and see where it goes. Obviously, they have defensive issues, like their secondary can't stop a fly, but it's Aaron Rodgers, guys. That's the man, the myth, the legend. I say he's the best quarterback in the league right now, so you got to go with him.
Yeah, I think he should have won the MVP last year. And to go with that, Devontae Adams is starting to come into his own. Dude, mm-hmm. I believe he was one of the top 2 in touchdowns last year.
Yeah, he was really high on the draft.
He was top 5. He definitely top 5 in touchdowns. Jordy Nelson had a comeback season. Randall Cobb is still on that team.
Randall Cobb. He's a utility player. No, I hear you on that, man.
Yeah.
I hear you on that.
Yeah, definitely, guys. All right, and then we have the last division. This division represented the NFC last year in the Super Bowl, and then we have the Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and the Buccaneers. I feel like this is a super competitive division, and go ahead and do Hunt.
Yeah, no, I was saying I think actually I'm the most excited about this division right here, because it's weird. So you have the Carolina Panthers. They have an incredible offense, but they're I think they're ranked 30th in defense. They just give up so much. So you're gonna be able to have Cam Newton. I think, and also you never know. They go to the Super Bowl, and then the next year they're one of the worst teams in the league. You never know with them every single year. So we'll see how that goes. I think the Falcons. I think it's really going to be the Panthers Falcons. I'm going to be fighting for it. But also I don't know. Because then Buccaneers, they have Jameis.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, and they have Winston, and Winston. He's really been developed into a quality NFL quarterback. Where I was worried for him when he first came in. I thought maybe some quarterbacks they are great in college and just don't perform.
You thought he was gonna be a bust.
Yeah, he's not a bust. I have him on my team, so I'm gonna be going for the Buccaneers. But I think it's gonna be the Falcons Panthers.
All right, what do you think, Alejandro?
No Drew Brees love.
Dude, no, I have feelings about Drew Brees.
But go ahead.
All right. Well, yeah, it's one of the funnest divisions I think that we're going to have this upcoming season. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay though. I like Jameis Winston's progression. I didn't believe in him when he first entered the league. I thought he was gonna be another immature player.
Yeah.
His last season in college kind of seemed like I don't want to say he didn't care, but he just seemed a little off. Mm-hmm. There was the point shaving conspiracy that was going on.
Everything, man.
And it did seem like they really didn't pick it up till the second half. That's a whole other story. And yeah, like I thought he was gonna have some maturity issues, but he's made me believe, and I think he takes that step forward. I'm not sure what Carolina's doing. I'm not sure how they're gonna bounce back. I mean, they have some things in place, but I don't know. Last year it was rough. In Atlanta, I think they're gonna have a Super Bowl hangover. I still think that they're gonna be competitive. They're still gonna be a good team, but they're gonna maybe lose those close ones now. And New Orleans, that defense it's too much. You can throw for 5,000 yards every year, Breeze, but when the other team, you put up 51, the other team's gonna put up 52.
Yeah, no, exactly. I feel bad for them sometimes. Because like you're getting hyped, your team's scoring. It's not the issue,
Yeah, definitely not.
But damn.
Yeah, so Tampa's my pick.
Yeah, this is a great division, and it's going to be a super fun division to watch. Obviously, the Buccaneers acquired Deshaun Jackson, to put alongside Mike Evans. I feel like that's going to be great for him. It's going to open up for both wide receivers. The Falcons just came off the Super Bowl, and then we have the Panthers. I feel like that's a great pickup. They got Christian McCaffrey out of the draft. I feel like the Falcons are going to have a Super Bowl hangover. I feel like this NFC South always has a Super Bowl hangover, from the Panthers to the Saints. I feel like they're always and even the Falcons, when they made that deep playoff run, when they lost to the San Francisco 49ers, the year that Tony Gonzalez came back he said he was going to retire, but he came back because, he felt like they had a shot to go to the Super Bowl. They had a major hangover and just couldn't get back to the playoffs the next year. I feel like this year, I think the Panthers are going to get back to where they're at. I feel like they're going to shore up their defense. They lost Josh Norman a couple seasons ago, but I feel like they're going to get it back together. Ron Rivera, he's a great defensive mind. They have Christian McCaffrey to go along with their other running back. And Cam Newton's legs are always there as well, so they're going to have a lot of options on the ground. Greg Olson's there, and I feel like it's the Panthers' division this year. And those are our predictions for the NFC, guys. If you guys disagree or feel like we left out some points, go ahead and leave some comments, and then we'll see what you guys think, and then we can talk about it.
I do appreciate the comments we have been receiving. I found one was pretty funny. My brother and my friend James, they said they hated it in the aspect of they kind of felt like they were here and they wanted to express their opinions on things, but you can't because you're listening.
No, I totally agree. When I listened to the podcast that I obviously wasn't here for, and I'm thinking I'm driving because I'm listening to it while I'm driving, and I would so badly want to put my input, and also back Duhan off of my shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But
it
really feels like I was right there. But yeah, so I can see where maybe that's coming from.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, so definitely leave those comments, guys. If you guys have something to say, go ahead and say. We're more likely going to read.
We're aware that it's echoing. We're working on that.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of constructive criticism about the quality of our sound. We're working on it, guys. We're a startup. We'll eventually get a lot better. This is all brand new equipment. We're all getting used to it.
So back the fuck up.
Yeah, man. I've been on like a little Netflix binge lately, man. I've been watching Netflix, The Defenders, Marvel's Defenders. So they pretty much got Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, and Iron Fist. They put them all together and they're fighting. Their nemesis. This is pretty much like the Avengers, but like the Avengers area. Like a TV subpar. But it's been really interesting, guys. It's been really dope seeing all them come together and fighting crime. It's pretty good. And then obviously, Game of Thrones comes on today. It's a Sunday, but I don't think none of us watch it here, right?
No, I don't.
Apparently,
we're all 1%. There's a lot higher. It's just
there's just so many things that people say you gotta watch this, and I haven't caught up. Like I finished Breaking Bad, I think last year, And so I'm still making I'm on Entourage right now.
Dude, I've never seen Entourage.
I'm on Entourage.
I've never seen Entourage as well. Man, we really
I'm
like...
behind. And that
really
show, I
out
think,
of
ended in 2012 or something like that. Like, I'm 5 years off.
Dude, it took me a long time to go through Narcos because so you have to, it's a lot of subtitles and your boy's not fully fluent. So
you got that Floyd Mayweather in you, can't read.
So I had to but a lot of times you're watching it, you're on your phone or you're about to go to bed and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, what the hell's happening? And I had to rewatch it. So that was rough, man. But I'm excited. I'm gonna check out the Defenders thing. Luke Cage, man, I was obsessed. I stayed up till 7 a.m. Binge watching that, and I had work the next day. It was bad. But that was my last series that I was crazy about. So I'll give it a shot. I didn't even know it was already out.
Yeah, the Defenders already. I didn't even know either. I just checked on Netflix and I was like, wow, okay, let's go ahead and give this a watch. It was pretty good, guys. I watched it all in a span of probably 22 hours, guys. So I watched it at night, woke up, watched some more, then in the afternoon I watched it again. It was pretty good though. I feel like, man, Netflix gets you when they upload all the episodes at once,
Yeah.
It's it's addicting. It truly is addicting when they upload all the episodes at once.
Oh no! I don't know if it's like Luke Cage, because Luke Cage and this, there was always a cliffhanger on every single end of it, and you're like, I have to watch the next one. I have to watch it, and then it screws you. But it was good. Yeah. So I'll give that a shot. And now you guys see, apparently we just have a really exciting life. So just watching Netflix all day. we're just wild and crazy, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man! Yesterday I went out. I got hit on by an old lady, dude. It was pretty.
How old?
It was different. She was. Well, I wouldn't say she's old, guys. She's 30, but
come on.
No, she wasn't old, but she approached me. I saw her eye fucking me the whole night, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna ignore her. I would look around the bar, and look. I was just just people watching, and I would just see her eyeing me, and I'm like, oh no. So she actually comes up to me, and I'm like, I kind of knew she was gonna do it.
So it wasn't a good look.
Well, I wasn't attracted to her, guys. But
was it because she was female?
Oh, Laura.
No, I'm not talking about your situations, Laura. But next time one of those guys gets angry at you after intercourse, man, just call the police, dude. But well, she approached me. She basically hit on me, complimented me. I complimented her too, because I just want to be nice. And she asked me if I wanted to get her number. So I took her number down. Obviously, I didn't call her or anything. But the thing that shocked me was she grabbed my hand at the end of us exchanging numbers. Well, me just getting her number. And she grabbed my hand and she kissed it.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, whoa, that is something totally new. I don't know.
She charmed your socks off, bro.
Probably. I don't know. I need a sugar mom. You know what I mean? But let's see.
Bro, okay, also, what's the question right now? What is your ceiling? What is your age? What are you like?
Oh, the ceiling?
I've heard of formulas, but you don't have to obviously stick to it. What would be yours?
No, I don't feel like I have a ceiling when it comes to age. It's obviously
if
I'm attracted to, a woman, I'm just gonna go for it. She could be 50. I wouldn't mind, as long as she has a young personality and we can connect on some sort of level. I wouldn't mind being with an older woman, but obviously I'm 26 and I'm immature as hell, so I would definitely not go after an older woman, because I feel like I wouldn't offer her a man her age could.
Well, they probably also want a penis, so I'm not gonna get that from you.
Whoa, yeah. So I think my floor is 20. So the issue is, I think it's at least 22, 23. That's my floor, and because the thing is, if a girl can't go to the bar, I'm not going to pay her any mind.
Yeah,
and also definitely. Normally I understand. Women are more mature than men, but they need to have some life experiences, and if you're still in college, and you have to be post college. I think it's just all right, I'm trying to play ball. But then the ceiling, I would say 40s. I don't know. I think I like having a strong independent woman who knows who they are. They're not self-conscious. They're it's nice.
Yeah. So Laura, what about you? What's your age limit for the guys that you date?
No, I'd say my limit isn't I'd say 40s, maybe low 50s. But it really comes down to how well they maintain themselves. I mean, you can go out and see two much different looking 50-year-olds.
Yeah, definitely.
You might see one that looks like they're in their late 30s, and another one that looks like they're gosh damn 65.
Yeah, man.
So it depends on how well they maintain themselves.
You'll see some 20-year-olds look like they've aged like horribly.
Oh no, that happened to me Friday night. I was out, and I would have sworn that this girl that was talking to me was in her 30s. She's 1 year older than me, but wow. She just had that look like she was older. And
she had that beat look, or is she just like that? She's just been unkind to her body, or just like
a little bit of both. Like she was a little unkind to her body, but it wasn't horrible. Yeah. But I'd say probably just the beat look. Like I'm not sure what it was, but yeah. She just looked much older.
Yeah, I get insulted now because people think I'm in my mid 30s.
Well, you dress like you're 50 though.
Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, man. Cardigans are hella comfortable.
In the summer?
No, I don't wear them in the summer. But no, but I mean, also maybe I should be a little kinder to my body. If
probably.
I drink half, 3/4 a bottle of tequila on the weekends.
But, I gotta. You brought something up. So you're talking about your floor being around 22. Now, is that dating floor or is that just having fun floor?
The having fun floor is 18. Let's get it
right. No, I'm saying
guys.
for sure 18. We're not going to go any lower than 18.
But the thing is, okay. But the thing is, okay. Like aside, I do think there's a lot more than just the idea of sex. You having fun with somebody's actually talking to them and really interacting with them, and like I actually I want to have a good conversation. I want somebody who can have I broken my my floor? Yes.
That's statutory rape, my dude. Statutory rape.
Under 22. But because I remember one time so I was 20. I think I was 22. I was 23 and I dated an 18-year-old girl and I took her on a couple dates and we were just in two totally different places. Like I was already in my career, I was starting a career, all this, and
yeah, absolutely.
And it was just hard to have a conversation. So that I know, call me old fashioned, but I do feel like having a good conversation with somebody is also part of.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like it's weird because when we're all if we're 37 and a girl's 30, there isn't we can actually talk on a real level. But it's crazy when you're 26 and you date an 18 or 19-year-old and how big of a gap that is from high school to college and those kind of experiences. Because I feel like once you hit your 30s and 40s, a lot of people have dealt and seen a lot of things and they have that life experience. But then when you're in your 20s, you've seen some things, but you haven't seen it all.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I dated a 21-year-old girl and I was 25. Even that 4-year difference, she talked about a lot of things that I was just why are you even talking about these things? These things don't even matter. She was just talking about just weird stories and bragging about materialistic things that I just feel well, I'm pretty sure some guys like that, but it just didn't rub me the right way. I'm not a materialistic guy. I don't really care for too much things and stuff and superficial things. So it's crazy how even a small gap in life like that can separate people, but then once we all hit a certain age, in our 30s and 40s and 50s, those things are minute, right?
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, I think just because you at that point, you've done that. You've had your 20s, your roaring 20s, your fun.
Yeah.
And you have the opportunity to kind of be over it.
Bro, remember in high school how crazy when that freshman girl started dating a senior guy and everyone's oh shit, and it's yeah. But it's crazy, a lot of people's parents, they're 10 year difference.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm damn.
Damn, dude, in high school, I was not the man. I did not date.
I mean, you're still not, but yeah.
Whatever. You don't even date. I didn't even date.
I just don't tell you about it.
I was terrified of girls, man.
Oh,
I was terrified of girls.
Dude.
Holy cow. I had
scared
this
of rejection.
Oh, dude, yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Man. Once it clicked, I guess I got tired of it. Okay, perfect example. You see somebody at a bar, or you see somebody just out, and you just find them incredibly attractive. They're beautiful, yeah. And you're why don't you talk to them? Okay, yes, there's a possibility of a fear of being rejected, but when's the next time you're ever going to see them again?
Definitely.
So
Shout out to the old lady that hit on me yesterday. Like I was sorry I couldn't reciprocate those feelings, but
No, but seriously, man.
no,
Like,
that's
it's
good.
like if you
That's
just
for
do
that.
it and you just say like, okay, if it's no, then it's no. Okay, you're still gonna live your life. You're still doing your thing.
Right.
If they want to talk to you, there you go. Like,
Definitely.
like, so why wouldn't you want to try to talk to someone who you find incredibly attractive?
Definitely.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put a couple things. So one, it's not just rejection. It's that if you're out there with your boys, and I get shut down by a girl,
Oh, I'm definitely making fun.
I'm
of
gonna
you.
get some. You know, it's
definitely.
more. It's more
But
than
I
just
make fun of you
being-
regardless any day.
You know, and then I'm gonna go get shit that
See,
Coming back
I guess
empty-handed.
I'd be
There's
coming
that
back,
too.
I'd be coming back right after them. Like, where are you with your girls? You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely. See, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, if you know me, you get rejected, just whatever. You didn't do anything.
Hey
so
man, really,
good.
unfortunately, it's a numbers game. Like, hey, like I have some friends, man, and that's kind of click. Like, this dude tries to dude tries to ask out like 20 girls a week, right?
Yeah,
But
sure.
One's gotta hit.
one of them
Yeah.
says yes.
One of them got to
Yeah.
bite, right?
But I'm like,
You gotta have your fishing poles out there to get bit, right?
Yeah, but he was dating a different girl every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not mad at him. You know what I mean? And
and
all
that's
I
what it
see
takes.
is he has that has another girl.
Yeah.
I didn't see until I started going out with him more that he gets shut down a lot. But hey, I wasn't.
Yeah, but there's
He's
some,
Ian.
yeah, but there is something to that. You know what I mean? Actually approaching a girl and not being afraid of the outcome. I feel like I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older, but still I feel like I need some room for improvement. Obviously every girl that I feel is attractive, I'm not going up to her and saying, introducing myself like I should be doing, but I feel like it's growing. I feel like it comes with age. I don't know, do you guys, obviously I feel like Lar doesn't approach every girl that he finds attractive and introduces himself, but how do you do in that department?
So when I'm single, so I don't know what happened. It kind of just like something clicked for me for some reason I became a lot more. I just understood who I was. You know what I mean? I was more sure of myself, and I just became more confident and really just talking to girls like, hey, like I would just bring up conversation, or even like I usually at the bar. I'm like, oh, what are you drinking? Something like that. I just have some little small talk and then I start talking to them. So I would say like normally if I see somebody like if I'm single and I see someone at the bar, I'm gonna talk to them. It's like there's, and you just gotta. I just check it out. Check out the situation. Is she with the dude? No, then she's there. She's there to talk to somebody. So yeah. I mean, it's just really just you gotta be confident, man. And fake it till you make it. Am I the most confident person in the world? No, but do I kind of put that out? Absolutely, and
Yeah, definitely.
it works. But here's the thing: confidence goes beyond that. It's beyond
Exactly.
dating. It's in your professional life too. You gotta think you're the shit, man. If you're not, if you don't feel like the shit, why do you think anybody else is gonna think you're the shit?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like with that, like I think in certain aspects, I'm able to turn it on. Like when I have to interview, like I can kill an interview. Like I really feel confident going in there and talking about myself and doing all that. But I don't know, with girls, it's a different thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not into girls. That's probably why. But
Oh my! But no, but hey, bro. But seriously, why can't you do that 24/7? Why can't you put that on?
Exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It is tiring. Like, but like at work, man. Like I have to be. I want people to think that I'm sure of everything that I say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I sure? No, I'm bullshitting a lot. But like, I want them to think that I am. Just I understand what I'm saying. Well, I mean, normally you should, but
Yeah, definitely.
You can't ever be 100% sure of everything, but
Right.
Yeah.
But you got to project it.
yeah, it is tiring though.
I have one other question because I know when I went to college, I remember thinking that's when I'm gonna meet my girlfriend, possible future wife, because there's so many girls and and all that.
Then you discover yourself, and you went to all these homosexual raves, and you're there. I'm sorry.
Not necessarily,
Go ahead.
but one of the things that I kind of caught on to that drove me, kind of had some different thoughts, was just thinking that if I ask out a girl in my class, I have to see her every class, and if it didn't go well, like is she gonna tell her friends, and then they're gonna
that's the risk
Know what
you're
I
gonna
mean?
have to take, though, man. Like if you actually want to go after something, like if you put your neck out there, you might get slapped in the back of your neck. But at the end of the day, it might be worth it. It's
not to say that I never did. Like there were some girls that I asked out, and I think for the most part it worked out. We at least went on one date.
Yeah.
But
But if you approach it as a gentleman, you ask her out, and you do all the right things, you shouldn't feel embarrassed or timid about that kind of stuff.
I was just thinking about having to see.
No, I hear you, man. No, dude. I mean,
again.
I was always scared like that. You know that. Oh, they're gonna tell their friends. They're gonna, they're gonna think I'm lame.
That high school stuff.
Yeah, but like, I mean, honestly, but now, like, as an adult, to be fair, it is hard. I think it's harder now, just like trying to meet people, like even make friends, because like you're not in classes together doing that, so you have to be a little more aggressive on how you actually go and approach people and talk to people, because like think about it, like you go to work. Maybe like luckily like I'm in like a few groups and whatnot. Like I'm playing a softball league and playing in a basketball league. Mm-hmm. But I mean honestly, basketball league I'm only seeing dudes.
Yeah. Right up your alley. There you go.
Oh man. But no, I mean it does. You do have to be aggressive. Like I remember sometimes I'm like, hey, I like you. Like hey, let's start hanging out. Like I talk to someone and be like, and I have to. And it sounds kind of crazy. Like if you did that, and like if you're in high school or college, it'd be like, dude, you gotta back up. But
yeah, definitely. Yeah, like making friends now when you're not going to school, and like you're a lot less social when you become an adult, because you just go to work all day and you come home, you take care of your responsibilities. But I guess it's all about putting yourself out there and meeting new people and taking that risk to ask people out.
So join a book club.
Wine tasting. Go out there. If you're gonna. Obviously, you're not gonna meet anybody at home unless you're on like Tinder. Or
hey,
whatever.
those wine tasting. I bet you that's a good place to meet. I feel like that would be a good place to meet girls, because all the girls they have their they're going out with the group going wine tasting.
It is. I've heard.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
All right, I'm going wine tasting.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
I'll go with you. Actually, I like wingmanning. I don't know. Some people. Have you ever had those friends who? So they're like, oh yeah, wingman, but then they just start trying to get all the girls, and you're like,
oh yeah, definitely. Oh man, I've had a friend where he was supposed to wingman for
Laura,
me.
you got something to say? I don't know what's going on over there.
I wouldn't call Johnny a good wingman.
Ooh.
Well, I've had a wingman before, and this dude literally tried to get the girl that I was going after.
Yeah.
I was like, go after a friend, but he literally went after the one that I wanted. What have I? I've never stolen your girls.
I didn't say you stole my girl.
Because you ain't never had any
You wouldn't
girls.
be able to.
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm just saying that you've never hooked it up either.
Oh,
What am I supposed to hook you up with?
Hey, 3 of my friends I introduced people. They're getting married. I'm just saying, if anybody out there needs a good wingman,
I'm like
your dude. I just like going up to talking like random groups of people, and just talking like, oh, and here's my friend, and then my friend comes up, So that's I love doing that just in general.
So you're a good wingman. I'm like Good Luck Chuck. Like the girls after me find their loves for some reason.
Because they're tired of your bullshit.
Probably.
No,
I'm probably like the scum of the scum. So once they leave me, there's like
you're the scams of the scams.
They know where to. They only know to go up from here.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I guess it's turned into a little dating segment. But
that's a dating segment. Man.
Okay, so some female listeners, I don't know if they're aware of this, but have you guys ever heard of, like, obviously they talk about jumping on the grenade or also the mother hen. So a mother hen, there's always in every single group of women, there's always the one who's always like just the defender.
The cock block.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we're here to have fun.
Absolutely.
So the thing is like, that's my favorite thing is actually going. So usually the girl, she's usually not the most attractive one there,
or has a boyfriend.
Yeah, but I love actually going and just talking to them, and then you have to pull them out of the situation, give them attention. They love that because like they're not used to getting attention. Mm-hmm. You give them attention, you pull them out, and then that's when your friends actually come in and are able to actually talk to the other girls. But you have to just get their attention, get them moving. Hey, let's go dance, something like that.
Yeah.
And then once that is, dude, floodgates are open, man. But
yeah, definitely.
People like I remember I think I explained it to my girlfriend because I was like you realize blah 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 is your guys' mother hen, and it's annoying because I went out with them and I saw her like trying to block dudes who were trying to talk to some of her friends. I'm like,
yeah. And those are the girls that never have fun going out.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. I was like, why are you even out
there? They're just there like
to protect. They feel like they're protecting.
chaperoning.
Yeah, and I was like, man.
Have you guys ever had any bad experiences with the mother hen? I've had some pretty bad experiences.
I mean, I've been cussed out before, and then actually one time like I got cussed out and was like, and she was like, we don't want you, blah blah. We're having a girls' night, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, like sorry. But then 2 hours later, I ended up still being able to talk to one of her friends.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I had one of those moments where I was at a club and they had a balcony, so I actually got to talk to the girl, and we went out to the balcony. We were dancing, and then we started kissing and all this stuff. And then the mother hen comes up, runs up, and grabs her friend and drags her back in and takes her, leaves the party. I'm just like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Don't be that girl, ladies. If your friend is gonna get like assaulted or do something crazy, yeah, beat
Absolutely.
mother hen.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is like if a guy just wants to talk to them and maybe have like a little dance, you know, be fine with that. Like it's not the end
How
of
is
the
that
world.
affecting your fun?
Exactly right. Your friends having fun isn't gonna affect your fun.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you feel like you're not gonna have anybody to talk to, I guess. But
Then be confident and talk to people. There you go.
yeah, those girls are weird. Oh, speaking of weird, talking to Teddy yesterday, somebody brought up like how somebody met somebody on Tinder and they tried to cut or they wanted a piece of the person's hair. Do you remember them talking about this?
What?
So go ahead and explain. Who's the one saying that?
It was who was that?
I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
one of
Yeah.
Duhan's brother's friends.
It was James.
Okay, yeah.
It was James. Yeah, he was saying that pretty much like he met this girl, and then
He didn't meet a girl. He has a friend that's a girl. He has a friend that's a girl and went on Tinder, and she went on a Tinder date with a guy, and you know they actually hit it off. They were just having a good time. I guess they slept together, and then afterwards, the guy asked her if he could have a piece of her hair, and then she obviously said no. And he made a fuss about it and kept on insisting that he wanted a piece of her hair and like he wanted to cut it off and just for like a souvenir or something.
maybe this is his perverted way of like that's his like putting the like that's a mark he's saving a piece like of every girl that he gets with. That's still weird. I mean, I'm not saying that's not weird,
see,
but
I think that type of stuff kind of makes it harder for guys like us because girls.
That brings out mother hens right there, huh?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like they don't want to end up in that situation because, I mean, this one turned out okay, but maybe another time the dude really takes it serious and he gets angry,
no,
really
absolutely.
angry.
That's just weird, man. I mean,
Yeah, that's totally weird. That was it reminded me of like I remember a stand-up comedian. He was like, man, when I meet a girl on the internet as a guy, all I have to worry about her is being fat or ugly. As a girl, you have to worry about getting raped or killed. Like,
oh no,
yeah,
that's serious.
like shit. We have like totally.
Hey, we are blessed. As
We're
being
blessed
men,
as being men,
unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't worry about things like even though I was talking to somebody like the idea of being catcalled. That to me, that was like, that apparently girls like on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And this is news to me. Like and that's just me being a piece of shit. Like not just understanding that, but like on a regular basis, girls are getting catcalled daily, and and I didn't realize that. Like, have I ever experienced that? No. If someone's catcalling me, there's something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, damn. So there's so many things I think that as different genders we just don't.
We don't see it.
We don't see it. I mean, like that mother hen or also. Catcalling things like that. Like I just don't see that.
Like I can definitely see how the person doing it may be doing it just in fun. But as a girl, you don't know what their intentions really are.
Exactly.
And it just, it can make you really uncomfortable really fast.
Yeah.
Any catcallers out there, please stop. They don't like it.
Yeah, we're all about the women and the plight of the female woman here in America. We love defending our women.
But serious
Johnny
question,
had a
though.
sex change just for it.
Yeah.
He cares that much.
And Lara still tried to hit on me. Yeah, it's all bad out here.
A serious question, like, I do love, like, imagine, okay, do guys who catcall you, right? Are they legitimately expecting that? It's like they're like, oh my god, you said I have a nice ass. Like, let's go away. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, it's never worked. It's never
when has
worked.
catcalling actually worked before?
I know, right? I've actually been in a situation where I felt violated, and I felt like it totally put me in the perspective of being a woman.
I was at a gay bar once.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I guess I should go there.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead, tell it.
I was like, so I think I was interning. So I was in DC and I had some friends, and like these two girls are like, oh no, we want to go to the gay bar, and I was like, I've never been, I'll check it out. I went with them, and like it was very unique. Like it was I got my ass grabbed 4 times.
Wow.
And like I was like, is this what women have to deal with every time they go to the club? Because like I'm out there dancing like with the girls, and then someone grabs my ass, and I was like, holy shit,
bro, you feel violated,
also,
right?
like I was walking in the bathroom, I wasn't making any eye contact. I was just walking straight, like
especially
I didn't want
in a gay
to,
bar. Especially in a gay bar.
But also,
make
you
eye
guys,
contact.
there was this dark back room, and I think that room was sticky. Like I was like, damn, this is what the shit is, But actually, you're able to dance with a lot of girls because everyone would think like, you know what I mean? Like that's a place.
Yeah, it's just a friendly place.
Straight
to
dudes
go.
are going to gay bars trying to pick up girls. There you go.
But I feel like a lot of guys are doing that too. But But, you know, I think girls have caught on to that.
I mean,
But-
there was no. I was not like putting out there that I was gay in any way. But like I was
Yeah.
like, but people want to dance.
People
Girls
just sense it off of you, man. There's no.
Oh man. But no, it was very unique, and I felt definitely it was
Yeah.
different, and like I'm not maybe I guess am I considered a bear? Like I'm a
I
fat
I don't know.
dude.
You have
But if
the
you're a guy,
terminology.
you'd be a bottom. That's for sure.
Oh, wow.
If you guys don't know what a bottom is, guys, that's the receiver of the gay relationship. The
Oh,
bottom.
talking to my brother is crazy. Like all these dynamics of like there's like
There's a lot
tops,
of
bottoms, power bottoms. Like there's
there's a
twinks and fairies and bears and I was like, this is some shit right
way
here.
too many labels.
Yeah, bro.
Even within the gay community, they
Oh my
label
gosh!
themselves.
Well, even it's wild. Even in the gay community, like some gay people aren't supporters of like transgender individuals, and like there's even like it's crazy. There's a lot. It's so much deeper than I just know. Like oh cool, there's a cool gay label, you know. But there's
Yeah.
a lot more of that. I don't think I want to understand. I'll but I'm. Like when am I going to be? Just ask people. So what would you? Would
you consider yourself?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like so. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
it just
it's-
makes life is just a weird, complex thing.
Yeah, speaking of like getting your ass grabbed, I actually got my ass grabbed by a female once, and I felt violated. Like I felt like it put me in a position where I thought I was like it put me in the shoes of being a woman. I was like walking my way through the dance floor of a club. And out of the corner of my eye, I see like a really short but butch-looking woman. Like she's probably like 5 feet tall, probably like 150 pounds. It's like short and round with like a buzz cut for some reason. And then I just see her creeping towards me as I'm walking through the dance floor, and she reaches her hand out and grabs my butt and like smiles at me. And I'm like, I literally grab my butt and like I run off, and I'm like, whoa, this feels like I felt dirty. And I can only imagine what girls feel like when that kind of things happen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy world that we live in.
I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of horn dogs out there in the
For
world.
real.
Hey.
But everything's pretty much driven by what, like money, resources, and sex. That's like it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. That's how the world works: money, resources, and sex.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it just sucks. What if you don't have any of those things? I mean,
Yeah, Laura,
I mean-
man, what do you do?
I do all right. And, I don't really have any of that, but I got the looks and
What?
You got the good Lord.
You got the good Lord. You got the Lord as your shepherd.
yeah, that's all. That's all I
like to
need.
hear, huh?
Well, I'm in the clear. I'm pretty comfortable.
All right, guys. Well, I'm pretty sure this wraps up the third installment of our podcast. Thank you for listening. If you got any comments and anything that you want to say, go ahead and leave it in our YouTube section.
Also, our Gmail is Scamscast Podcast.
Scamscast podcast
Scamscast, SCAMSCAST podcast
at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. And if anybody wants to sponsor one of our podcasts, you can go ahead and feel free to.
Please let us know. Are you a power bottom? Are you a top? What is this?
Yeah.
Let us know and then let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comment section. Shout out to Dre and shout out to Brandon for being super scams and super bottoms. Thank you very much, guys.